My name is Steve Beauchamp. Thanks for joining me for today. In this video, we are going to talk about how to build a healthy routine and why it matters and really how to get there. I think a lot of us sometimes struggle with figuring out like, man, we've got this long ass to-do list and I don't know how to figure out what I need to do first, what I need to do second, do I even need to do them? Sometimes it can be hard when you're just overwhelmed by a lot of things. And so today we're going to talk about, uh, you know, how you can really start figuring out, the pieces of the puzzle, how you can sort them out, how you can really prioritize them, and then be able to start, addressing them. You've probably heard me talk a little bit about the Pareto principle over the series of videos that I've done. And, the Pareto principle really comes into play on this particular instance because, as I've said before, 80% of the results that you're getting come from 20% of the activities that you're doing. And so if those critical activities that you're doing or that you perceive that you're doing aren't getting you the results that you want, you need to start changing those things that you're doing so that you can get a different set of results. So the question then becomes, well, how do I figure out what I need to do in order to get the results that I want? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So I don't know if you've ever heard of something that's called a P.I.C. chart. That's an acronym. It's also referred to sometimes as an effort and impact chart. Basically, P.I.C. stands for the P is put into action. The I is, implement this thing. The C is consider it for the future. And the K is, just kill it or kibosh it or just get it the hell out of here. We don't want to worry about that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go. But that's basically the premise for how you can really engineer a routine for yourself that's really going to get you the results that you truly want. But first, let's talk about why it's important to have a healthy routine for yourself, right? Because somebody, might be wondering, well, why the hell does this matter? Why can't I just keep doing what I'm doing? Well, if you're not consistent and you're not predictable and it's not sustainable, the routine that you're doing isn't going to be helpful. It's not something that you can maintain in your business if it's not something that can be those three things. And so, A, it's not really helping you. B, it's not really helping your team if you have one. And C, it's not really getting you anywhere, right? If you're trying to do something that's not sustainable, you're probably working 50, 60 hours a week. You shouldn't be doing that. If you wanted to have a job like that, go work for somebody else, right? That's not how you should be running your business. There's better ways to do it than that. Secondly, if you're not able to have something that's predictable, it becomes very challenging to build a routine around it, right? Because if you don't understand the results that you get from the things that you're doing, it's really hard to know if you're doing the right things, right? So you really need to dial in and figure out, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? And, the thing is the healthier routine that you have for yourself, the less stress you're going to feel as the business owner. It's going to make serving your clients that much more enjoyable. You're going to be more present for your team, more present for your family when you're not, working on your business. And also it helps you get out of the business, right? Because you don't want to be working in your business all the time, right? You want to be working on it. You want to be, able to look up and be able to see a little bit further down the road of what the business is doing, where it's going, and why it's going in that direction. If this is resonating for you, or if other videos that you've watched from me are resonating with you, consider subscribing to the channel or sharing this video. I'd really appreciate it. Every week I put out another video that pertains to the 5 pillars that I believe are critical to your success as a business owner. And those five pillars really help you engineer a routine for yourself that produces a sustainable set of results and allows you to get the time freedom that you so much deserve. Those 5 pillars are, number 1 is using smaller time blocks. Number 2 is all about balancing your time. Number 3 is removing unwanted daily activity. Number 4 is all about being able to enforce a routine for yourself. And the 5th thing is practicing your discipline. Okay, so you have your big to-do list, right? And you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just trying to do it all. Well, you should probably start thinking about like how much effort's required to do all these different things, right? And really start thinking about the stuff that's in front of you. Don't just blindly do them. I think it's important to really start considering how much of an effort it takes to do some of the things that you're doing. But beyond that, what kind of impact is it having? What kind of impact does it have on your results? Is that really the thing you should be focused on? Is that really the thing that you need to be doing? Because if it's not, then you should probably stop doing it. And really that's taking the first step and really being able to develop a healthy routine for yourself, because as the business owner or leader, you really should be only doing those critical things that are going to help get you the results that you really want. And whatever the results are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what those results are. If you're not doing the things that are getting you those results, you need to stop doing the things you're doing and do different things, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. But the key there is really figuring out what kind of effort is required to do these things, because it's important to understand that. Because as you understand the effort, you can then understand how to schedule them, how to get them into place, and whether or not you need assistance to get them done, whether you should have a backup in place so that you have that sustainability, right, that's built in, or the repeatability that comes from that and that predictability that you so need in your business. And so really start to hone in and figure out, what are the things that I'm doing? And are these the right things? And what kind of effort is required? What kind of impact are they having? Can you measure them? Can you see the connection between the things you're doing and the results that you're getting? Really start being critical about that. And, one of the ways that you can really hone in to identify that effort impact is by using that chart. And so imagine having a piece of paper with, a line drawn in the middle up vertically and a line drawn in the middle horizontally. Okay, so you've got this grid, if you will, with 4 quadrants. And on that quadrant, right, so on one side, right, of the axis, you'd have effort. And on the other axis, you would have impact. Okay, so, and then on the bottom corner, right, bottom left-hand corner, you have low. Okay, so both of those are going to be low. All right, and then beyond that would be high, right? So imagine, right, so if you're looking at this quadrant, the bottom left-hand corner is low effort, low impact, right? The top right-hand quadrant is high effort, high impact, right? And then on the next one over is going to be a high effort with a low impact. And then the other one would be a low effort with a high impact, right? So it doesn't matter how you set it up. It really makes no difference as long as you understand that you've got the low, low, the low, high, the high, low, and the high, high. Now, what does that all mean? So this is where it becomes critical to make sure that you're, figuring out which one goes where. So the low impact, low effort, those are the ones that you should just put into action right away. We call that the low hanging fruit. You've probably heard of that. Those are the things that are super easy to get in place and doesn't have a ton of impact, but it's really easy. And the importance of doing those is that it builds your confidence. It boosts your confidence in that, oh, geez, I was able to get this done, had a little bit of impact, right? So it gets that quick win. It starts building some momentum. The next thing that you want to consider are the high impact, low effort. Those are the things that you need to implement right away, right? Those are the things that you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck, right? Those are the things that if you get those right, that can make a huge difference in just kind of the growth of your company holistically. The next thing to consider is the high impact and the high effort. Those are the things that you should consider planning for the future, because those are the things that, if it's high effort, it's probably going to require some planning. So put it out on your strategic plan. Start thinking about how you can plan for that for the future, and really start thinking about those things, those tasks that fall into that category. We need to plan those out for the long term. And then the things that have low impact with high effort, don't even bother, right? What's the point? If it's going to be really hard to do or take a long time and not really get you anything, don't do it. Just get rid of it, kill it. Just get it the heck out of there. So hopefully that's been helpful for you, and hopefully that's a tool that you can use to start really thinking about how to really categorize the things that you're doing, to sort out the to-do list. Are these the things that I should be doing or not? Should I make it, part of my routine or not? There's a tool that you can use. You can also use that in conjunction with your mind map. I did a video on that a little while ago. I'll drop a link to it in this video description below. And you can use that tool first and then use this tool secondly to really hone in your routine and make sure that you're doing the right things at the right time. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you, and drop a like or comment below. I'd sure appreciate understanding where you're at and some feedback that you might have for me. And thank you for joining me for today. I will see you on the next video.